Adults of Reddit. What is a telltale sign that someone used to be popular, unpopular when they were in high school? How much the adult cares about whether they were popular or unpopular in high school. Popular people will talk about their high school experiences. Unpopular people generally won't because they didn't have many positive experiences. Apologizing for speaking or taking up space usually means that person has been made to feel invisible on a regular basis. Definitely makes me think someone was unpopular or felt unwanted. You can't really tell because some people are popular and go on to be even more interesting adults. Some rejects improve just by leaving their hometown and build new lives that are more interesting. Some folks just never learn how to get along or make friends. Sometimes shit happens that changes people's openness and trust of others as they age. I think you actually can't always tell, and the signs of insecurity are just signs of insecurity. When someone refers to themselves as the Golden God while talking about their high school years, they were not popular at high school, even if they thought they were. Popular. Lack of social skills in non-friendly social aspects. They can be friendly to everyone around them, but when it comes to work, they usually have a harder time. Unpopular. Much more likely to have an okayish work ethic but generally will take a while to talk to people in a friendly capacity. I had a pretty chill high school, so it was kind of hard to tell who was popular. More like groups that hung out together. As a really unpopular person, here's a brief list. Bad social skills, bad self-control, especially with drugs and alcohol. Strives to make up for lost teen years, various mental disorders, confused about identity, awful. With girls or boys I could list a million things, but those are the biggest signs. I once worked a depressing dead-end factory job with a chick who told me to my face that if we had gone to the same high school she definitely would have made fun of me. I'm not actually sure which category that puts her in, but I do believe her. I was the quiet kid who only had like 1 to 2 friends at the most. I never bothered anyone and no one ever really bothered me. I coexisted with everyone really well. They're good looking, they wear higher-end branded clothes, their parents drive expensive cars. Reading all of these makes me grateful that I don't keep in touch with anyone from my high school. People who regularly make snide comments and play victim for seemingly no reason were usually unpopular. I think it comes down to whether you decided to move on from however school was and just become an adult. Popular people will talk about high school nonstop and will follow younger people trends. Unpopular kids will always talk about being bullied or about how they're so weird. Now, not everyone does these things, but they're telltale signs. Annoying ones too. Temper. People who were popular grow up to be quite impatient and get mad pretty easily with the smallest things and often throw a tantrum. Emo. Exactly. Really apparent when most of their anecdotes and stories stem from the same pool of crazy high school experiences, despite being in their mid-30s now. How much they care about being cool to Gen Z high schoolers. You too can become a golden god if you follow the DENNIS method. I'd argue that it's not okayish. They are likely to have a really nasty case of performance anxiety, imposter syndrome, which is worsened by the I am not going to tell anyone I have problems. I would say this statement as signs someone was popular in high school. Can confirm. I was popular in high school. Not in a, we invite you to something way, but in a, everybody knew my name and I had a highly positive reputation way. Yeah. I am still shocked to realize that people like me, as a normal circumstance. That's literally what popular means, getting along with everyone and everyone gets along with you. Really? I've seen it go more the other way around based on my high school classmates. But then again, my school was always a little odd. I think you got that backwards. You were probably one of those unpopular kids that never got over it. I mean, you cared enough to click on the post and leave a comment. I hope this resonates with you. Even if you think you're invisible, I promise there is someone who sees you. Right. If you don't know who THD popular kids were, that's MSAN, you were one of them. 100% if you're unpopular, you definitely know who was popular and who wasn't. They probably just went to a school without a cartoonish hierarchy of popular and unpopular kids. In my school, people formed small groups of friends and no one really judged other groups. Everyone just did their own thing. The people I'm thinking of seem to always be on the defensive and may have emulated the too cool and cynical for popular things trope. I'm not claiming to have been popular. Also, how would me being unpopular mean what I said is backwards? I was a cheerleader and ran the school paper. I ran a BBS at the same time and did Star Trek cons. You can be a lot of things and be popular and a virgin nerd in high school. But your karma is small. I got 1/3 road the karma you've accumulated over your lifetime just since yesterday. I also ran a BBS. Congratulations? I had someone ask about how much I had so far the other day. They had maybe 5K for an account that was a couple of years old. So to me, that's a lot of karma. Everything is perspective. Like being liked or not. I've been out of high school for probably 25 years and I haven't thought of high school popularity in a long time. There are adult versions of popularity and they are much more important to the day-to-day life I live now. It kind of amazes me that we still think of high school as the most important or are reactive to it in some way.